to the minds, you know.
Open Your Doors is a suite of music composed by Eduardo for the Ripon International Festival. An ambitious project, it brings together schools and many local musicians at Holy Trinity Church in Ripon. It's quite chaotic, Eduardo, but when I watch you, you seem very relaxed about all of this.
Yeah, you know, I grew up in a big family, you know, so I'm used to big crowds, you know, troubles and things. I'm very relaxed about it, you know. I think it's great.
There you are, you're an internationally renowned guitar virtuoso, but you're very happy to be performing with children in a local church.
Well, I think it's wonderful to invest on people's ways of doing things, you know, and also encourage people to bring their own things forward, you know, and to be able to make them understand that they have a voice and a sound and they have things to bring. I think everybody has something to say, you know. They feel like they also have a moment in there, you know, and that's for me important.
Eduardo performs all over the world, but the beautiful North Yorkshire village of Helperby is the venue for his performance tonight. How many concerts do you give per year, would you say, Eduardo?
Well, I think it varies, but between probably 90 and 120, something like that.
120?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah, I work. But I think I do less concerts than when I used to live in London, you know.
Yes.
Because when I used to live in London, we used to do a lot of, used to play a lot of bars and pubs, and you know, now it's more like concerts.
Yes. And busking you did in London.
I used to do a lot of busking as well. So some days I used to do 3 performances in a day or 4, you know.
Yes.
So it was very intense, you know, very, very intense.
One of 11 children, Eduardo was born in Morocco. The family had to leave there following political tension and eventually settled in Catalonia.
I have wonderful memories, you know.
Yes.
My dad, he was very into music, so he used to invite a lot of musicians to come to home for celebrations and things, and they used to play, you know. So he used to play like just melody on one side, but the bass on the other hand, he was all the time with the same note, so it was sounding horrible, you know. So I learned the melodies that he was playing, and then I was trying to add the different bass lines, you know. In some ways, because I was annoyed to hear the same note all the time when he was playing melodies, you know. Yeah. It's a wonderful instrument, I think. It's very light. You can take it with you everywhere, you know.
Yes.
You can strum it. You can do anything, you know. You know, you can do...
I've never heard a flamenco guitarist playing a blues riff like that before.
You know, you can do anything, or you can use it in many ways, you know.
Part of the challenge of the Ripon project has been bringing together very different styles of music and musicians. One is folk singer Lyn Geddes.
I'm trying to make her feel comfortable and not to fix too much her beginnings or endings, you know, because it's very important that this is part of the folk tradition, you know. Yes. People have to feel right to come in and right to get out. It's not, you know, you cannot put anybody to a straitjacket, you know. It's a,
yeah.
So I think it's different characters of music. You have different approaches musically. You know?
When you see those children musicians performing, you see yourself.
I see myself, yeah. You know, it's so for me it's great. It's like almost like traveling through time, you know, back to different times of your life, you know. And I see myself when I was doing different processes in my life. I think it's important for a musician as well, you know, to not to lose the root and also the different steps on evolution in music, you know.
It seems to me that flamenco relies a lot on improvisation. Would that be right?
Flamenco is very much based on the rhythm side of music, and it's because it's based on the rhythm so strongly allows for a musician to develop ideas. Of course, the timing, you know, which is the pulse that makes that piece together, you know, as a whole. Because life itself, for me, is related to the pulse of living, you know. And the timing is that, for me, is that heartbeat. Music, for me, has been like creating my own universe, you know. And everything that I have created there is my perception of life. The way I see everyday interaction with human beings, or whatever I see that affects me.
Eduardo wanted to involve as many children as possible, and an important group were children from the Dale School. They use special senses to trigger sounds of the elements: water, earth, fire and air. Tell me what happens, Robbie, when you do that. Does it make a wind sound?
A sound?
What sound does it make? And show me how it works. You don't have to touch it. You just hold your hand over it. So if I hold my hand over it, you'll make the noise. Wind. Is it a wind sound?
Yes.
Do you hear it then? What is it? What's that sound?
Wait.
Wind?
Yeah.
You're making wind sound? That's fantastic. And I'm very impressed that you decided to involve children with very special needs.
Yeah.
What do they get out of this, Eduardo?
I think it's incredible. For them, the experience to be part of something that what's happening is great. Yeah. It's great. It makes them. I think you give them a will to want it to improve in some little bit. You know, somehow. Yeah. They can see that this is a possibility of connection, you know?
You spent your early life in Morocco, your formative years and your youth in Spain, but most of your adult life in England. What do you feel you are?
In some ways I feel that we are the same, you know? We can want to call ourselves English or Spanish or Japanese or Chinese, but I think we are the same.
But you're as happy playing your flamenco in Yorkshire. You don't have to have your feet in Barcelona.
When I'm here, sometimes I think, oh, I love to go to Spain and stuff, no? And when I'm going to Spain, after 5 days, I want to go back to Yorkshire. Really? I feel like, as I want to go home, you know, I'm feeling like homesick. It's a wonderful part of the world here.